Hey guys, it's Miss Sweeney. I'm going to be doing a phonics lesson with you today. So let's get started. We're going to be working on the short A and the short I this week. You are going to need the following supplies: your word work notebook, a pencil. So if you want to pause the video at this time to get your supplies, you can go ahead and do that. If everybody has their supplies and you're ready to continue, what I want you to do is I want you to open up to your next clean page in your word work notebook. That means don't skip any pages. Go to the very next page that has got a blank piece. And I want you to write the date that I have written down, 08-19-20. I want you to do that at the top of your next clean page, so you can always go back to this page if you need it. Okay? If you need to pause the video to write your date, you can do that, or we can continue. All right? Now, the first thing I always do is I always stretch out my ears and get ready to hear sounds that we're going to be hearing throughout this whole lesson. So wiggle, 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 wiggle those ears. Get them stretched out, ready to go. All right. Now, what we're going to be doing today is counting sounds. So I'm going to do the first one as an example. My word is s, at. 3 sounds. Now, what I want to do is I want to blend those sounds together to say the word s, at, sat, sat. Now squeeze them together to make the word. Now I want you to help me with the next one. Get your fist up, and now let's count the sounds that we're going to hear. Here we go. It, it. Now let's blend them. Lip. Squeeze it together. What word you got? Lip. Good job. Try this next one. I'm going to give you the sounds. Get that fist up to count the sounds. Here you go. Ag. 3 sounds. T, ag. Blend it. Squeeze those fingers together. What word you come up with? Tag. Good job. All right. So that brings us to the sounds that we are working on for this week. We're going to work on the short A that says ah, like ah, when the dentist needs to open up and look in your teeth. And the pattern that we're going to use is just the A by itself. The short I sound that we're going to be working on this week is I. And all we use is the I by itself for that sound. Now, what we're going to do is first, Miss Sweeney is going to blend some words together that are in red. Those are my words. So you're just going to listen to Miss Sweeney. I'm going to stretch those sounds out and snap them back together to say the word. So here I go. At. Cat. That's my first word. It has the short A right in the middle. Now, I'm going to look at my next word right here and say the sounds and pull them apart. Id. Kid. So right here in the middle, I see the short I sound. Okay? Now, the words in yellow, I want you to do with me. So here we go. Get ready to stretch. And can. A right here in the middle is making that short A sound. All right, let's look at this next one and do it together. Get ready to stretch those sounds apart. Big, big. That short I right there says I right in the middle. Now, the words in green are your words. I am not doing those with you. I want you to stretch out the sounds of each of those words and snap it back together to say the word. Try them on your own. This would be a good time to pause the video. All right, so you should have said the words map with the short A in the middle and lid with the short I in the middle. Good job. Do you notice that all those short A and short I sounds are coming in the middle of the word? So that's something that we talk about. Where do we find those sounds? In the middle of the word is where we find them a lot of times. Now, let's go on to look at spelling with the short A and the short I. Now, Miss Sweeney is going to start off doing it first. So you guys are just going to watch me spell. Now, my first word I'm going to do on my own. My word is pad. Add. 3 sounds. P. Short A. D. D. Okay, so I have made the word pad. All right, So we have the word pad. Now Miss Sweeney is going to do another word, okay? So my word is the word rib. R-I-B. That's an R. I-B. Rib. Now, a lot of times what I like to do is I like to underline where I see the patterns being used. So in pad, I underline the A, the short A, and there it is in the middle of the word, like we say, middle of the word. In rib, it's right here in the middle of the word, so I underline the I. Now, I'm going to let you get your notebook out where you have it open to today's date, and I'm going to have you doing this the next two words with me, okay? So let's get started. Okay, pick your pencils up, and let's write the sounds for this word. Cab. C. A. B. Three sounds. Cab. I'm going to underline the short A where I see it in the word. My next word that we're doing together is the word did. D-I-D. Did. D. I. Short I. D again. Did. Now I'm going to underline that I. Okay? Awesome. Now, the next two words you're going to try on your own without Miss Sweeney writing them down with you, okay? So your word that you're going to do first is the word had. Had. All right. You should have come up with had. H-A-D. Had. And you should have underlined the short A. All right. Your next word that you're going to do is the word fin. In. Okay? Write it down. Okay, what'd you come up with? Let's see. Let's check it together. F-I-N. Fin. Yay! I know you guys are doing awesome. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to read this decodable text. What I want you to do is I want you to read it with me as I'm reading it out loud, okay? So even though we may not be able to hear you, I want you to be reading it out loud as I'm reading it with you. Let's read the title. Pat and Tim. Pat and Tim are pals. Both Pat and Tim like caps. Pat and Tim put on caps. Both caps fit. In a fit, Pat and Tim will play. Pat and Tim like t-ball. Pat and Tim play for the cats. There are blue caps for the cats. Pat and Tim win. Now, what we want to do are look for some short A and some short I words. So let's start with the short A. So I'm going to see if I find any short A words, and I'm going to highlight where I see them. Okay? So short A, pap, at, that's got a short A in there. Okay? Owls, that's got a short A. Highlight that. See pat again, so we've already done that one. Caps, apps, that's got a short A in there. Pat and Tim put on caps. Both caps fit. We've got caps. Pat and Tim will play A. That says A. That does not say A. Pat and Tim like t-ball. Pat and Tim play for the cats. Cats. Good job. Let's highlight that. There are blue caps again for the cats. We've got that. Pat and Tim win. Okay, I think we found all the short A words. Now let's look for some short I words. Tim, we know that's got a short I. So we'll give that a blue. Both Pat and Tim again, like caps. Pat and Tim put on caps. Both caps fit. Oh, fit. That's got the short A, or excuse me, the short I. Bit. That's got the short I. Pat and Tim will. Got the short I too. Okay. Pat and Tim like T-ball. Now like, like. So that's not a short I. T-ball. Pat and Tim play for the Cats. There are blue caps and Pat and Tim win. Okay, win. Very good. So we see we've got some short A and short I words in the decodable reader that we just read. All right, so the last thing we're going to do today is we're going to write a sentence together where we're going to use some short A and short I words. And the reason we're going to do a sentence is we need to practice using those capital letters, punctuation marks, spacing, nice and neat handwriting, all of those wonderful things that make us fantastic writers. So here's where we're going to get started. I'm going to say the sentence and count the words. Max is big like Tim. Max is big like Tim. Okay, 5 words. So let's go ahead and try that word, max. That's an M, but it's the beginning of our sentence, so it gets a capital M. So write this down with me, a capital M. A, short A, X, max. Now I'm going to underline right there where I used the short A. Max, give it some space, is. Now that is a sight word, so we should know that. I-S, max is. Now here's our next word, big. B, I, short I, G, big. Now that short I is in the middle of the word, so we're going to underline it when we hear the sound. Max is big like. Now remember, we talked about this is not a word with a short I, like, E. Max is big like Tim. Now Tim, T, 3 sounds, but the beginning sound is someone's name, so it's got to be a capital letter T. Short I, Tim. Now, let's underline that short I in the middle of Tim. So here we go. Max is big like Tim. We got all our words. They're all spelled right. Max gets a capital M because it's the beginning of a sentence. Tim gets a capital letter because it's someone's name. The last thing we need is the punctuation mark. We're not asking a question, we're telling something. So that means we need a period. So put a period at the end of your sentence. Okay, guys, we finished our first phonics lesson. I hope you enjoyed it and you did a great job. I'm so proud of you. Way to go, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.